Good morning, Rosie Murphyites. Happy Friday to you. I'm forever being asked on emails, messages, and on comment sections on YouTube, particularly when I travel. Rosie, do you think that you could live full time in a van? And the answer is, as usual, it's a yes and a no. It's not cut and dried, but it's an interesting question. Let's divide it into two parts. Those that must live in a van because they don't have the financial wherewithal or the drive to put themselves into a traditional housing situation, be it an apartment, a condominium, a house, a communal living situation, a shared apartment or something like that. And those who seek out that lifestyle because they are able to afford it and they like that feeling of being a self-contained nomad in a small living space. Well, I don't have to contend with the former. I don't have the need to live full-time in a van, but could I do it if I had to? Of course I could. When it comes to choice of being without a roof over your head, you'd be surprised what you can do, and you would be surprised how adaptable people can be to make a very small space very comfortable. Remember, I lived in Asia, the place with the micro hotels, the places in Hong Kong where a luxury apartment was measured in 400 square feet, big time, okay? And the average place sometimes was 100 square feet. Well, you would be surprised over time. I don't see anybody's terrifically unhappy over there about their living arrangement. Would we all like more space? Of course we would. But when faced with the prospect of this is the only alternative I have, people get really creative and they get down to business and they make it happen. Is it the healthiest environment? It doesn't have to be unhealthy. But I'll tell you, you have to step your hygiene up dramatically to make a go of that situation. Simple things like ventilation, air circulation, humidity, cold, heat, dealing with those things, they all have to be addressed on a full-time basis. Now, for someone like me that has a home base, for somebody like me has a small van, yes, for me it's more of a challenge. Could I live in a van full time? I've proved that I can for over 45 days in the most excessive and excruciating heat in the Midwest, and also for a couple weeks down in Los Algodones. I succeeded. I did it. Was I really comfortable? No. Could I winter in places in the van? Well, if I made a lot of changes in it and set up some things to make life a little better, yes, I could. But you know what would not make it a great experience for me? And this is what the whole point of this is. When you have no fallback, when you have no home, apartment, condo, whatever, shared rooming situation to fall back on, well, your mind's not tortured with the thought of, oh, I could just leave now and get back to the warmth of comfort of my woman cave back in San. I don't need to put up with this. Okay? So that's going to grate on your nerves. That's going to make living full time in a van, it's going to take the edge off of it quite a bit. But I'll tell you what, when your back's against the wall and it's the only alternative that you have, you don't have to, your mind doesn't have to be nagged by the thoughts of, oh, I don't even have to be here. I mean, I know you can get a job and all that kind of stuff, but in the short term, you got no alternative but to be there and make the best of it. Now, having said all that and laid all the table of that, my own answer is yes. I could live in a van full time, even a small one like I have, if I had to. Would it be the most comfortable experience? No. Would it grate on me at times? Yes, it would. But given no other alternative, yeah, I would make the most of it. Human creativity would rise to the top. And I would be tricking out that place and making it so cool and such a good living space that, well, Rosie. Anyway, there it is, guys. Thank you very much. A very interesting question. Could I live full time in a van? Thanks so much for watching today, and your thumbs up are appreciated. Thanks, everybody.